Out here in the carving tent hanging out. Figured I'd go live. Wasn't able to put a video up today. Wait till this thing builds up a little bit. See if we get a few people on here. I know it's kind of late. Usually get on here a little bit sooner when we go live, but sometimes it's just the way it goes. Hope you guys are all doing good. Wanted to go over a couple different things with a giveaway and another idea that I had. Still working on the bear with the chainsaw. If you guys saw the shorts videos, been working on a bear holding the chainsaw. Just haven't had a chance to get over and do any work on that this week. Let's see here, live chat. Let's make sure everything's on. So I was hoping to have that video together this weekend for you guys, but I got to get more work done on that before we can get a full video. I did want to get on here though and discuss. Is this thing showing up right? Wanted to get on here and talk about the MS-170 giveaway I've been talking about. So we started off, I was hoping to get to 30,000 subscribers before I gave this away, but I decided to change it to 20. Get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of December, before the end of this year, and we'll figure it out. I'll make a video so everybody can enter, and we'll have one lucky winner for this. I've also got some hats coming for the channel. Probably give one, maybe two of those away as well. I might reach out to a couple other companies, see if they want to, be part of that giveaway. If we don't hit 20,000 though before the end of this year, I'm going to wait till we hit 30 before I give the MS-170 away. Now, normally we're out here carving in the tent. It's going on what? It's after 8. I'm tired. It's been a long week. I've been cleaning the tent out this week. Believe it or not, might look the same right now, but there has been 10 times as much stuff packed back there over the last few months. We've put in some shelving and organized some more shelving on this side as well. I've removed 3 truckloads of material from my place. I just put the shelving in, put in this shelving up here with some saws, and I took about 3 loads of material out of here in my driveway this past week, and it has been a ton of work loading logs and hauling logs and lumber and other pieces of wood, get them over to the carving yard, trying to get the stuff cleaned up here at the house. Hey, how's it going, Matthew? Thanks for jumping on, man. Glad you could be here. So we were just talking about, getting to that 20,000 so we can give away that MS-170 before the end of this year. I know we got more people jumping on. Something else I really want to do, because I really do enjoy helping you guys out. And, I'm not always able to do that, but when I can, that's what I like to do. I want you guys to there's always a lot of projects about to happen. I always want to help you guys further your art, however that may be, whether it's videos or helping you guys out with some tools or something like that. Yeah, so Mad Mac Outdoors, a lot of projects. I assume you're talking about all these guys, just prepping, getting stuff ready. Hopefully this week I'll be able to bang out some stuff for the Etsy store for, Christmas time. Working on some moose, get a bunch of these knocked out. Maybe we'll do a video here in the near future. How's it going, Barry? How's it going, Carol? Thanks for jumping on. So I was talking about, wanting to be able to help you guys out further. So, kind of like the last thing for this year, hopefully give away that 170. Now, my other channel that I started, Kyle's Chainsaw Rescue, I did some work on this steel 021. We put a new tank vent in, did a new air filter, cleaned it up, cleaned the carb out. I got this saw running really good, actually. And I kind of I was thinking about this idea. I brought it up in a short. I didn't get a lot of response, so I thought I'd go live because I know this video will upload. There's my mom jumping on. Hey, Ma. And I wanted to see what your guys' opinion was. If you're live, obviously you can answer here. If you don't want to, you can answer in the regular comment section once it uploads. I'll get back to those. But I just wanted to get some feedback from you guys. wanting to be able to fix up chainsaws, eventually purchase new chainsaws and give them away. So like with the 021, this saw runs pretty good. There isn't really any issues with it. So what I'm thinking about doing first of the year, after we give away the 170, because I kind of want to tackle one thing at a time, is set it up like a raffle. I'm thinking of doing like maybe $10 a raffle ticket. The way you would do that is once it's set up, not right now. Once it's set up though, you would use my PayPal link. You'd send $10 there, you know, and your note would be 021 raffle. So every $10 you send through PayPal would go to the 021 raffle. And, you know, if you did it once, it's one entry, twice would be two entries. And that would be your entry to potentially win the saw. And what I'm thinking of doing though is capping it at like, you know, 30, 40, 50 entries. Once we hit that mark, that's it. If entries continue to filter in, they will go into like the next one. So it's trying to kind of figure it out. That's what I'm thinking about doing, kind of looking for feedback on that, to where, you know, right now we'll do saws that I'm fixing up that I can get cheap. I'll put money into, I'll get them going. The raffle money would, one, you know, pay for any stuff, any material I had to, you know, purchase the used saw, parts that went into it, but then go toward hopefully buying a new saw that would eventually, you know, that we would give away. And, you know, you would, you know, potentially your entry of, you know, your $10 ticket would be what's buying the next unit that we would give away. So I don't know, I'm trying to work it out though, trying to get your guys' feedback and see what you guys think. I know sometimes a lot of people think, you know, you've got a YouTube channel, you're making all kinds of money off it. That's not really how it works. You make cents. Sometimes you don't even make a whole cent. This year, even with that, this is probably the best year that I've done with all the videos I've put out. But even still, it's not like, you know, I'm not like all these other guys rolling in a ton of money just because I'm making a bunch of videos. You know, it has to do with the YouTube algorithm and you know, how many views and commercials and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking it's a way where, you know, we could still do some fun things, put some new tools in people's hands eventually, and everybody can be a part of that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Mad Mac. You know, like, people want to get a saw, but they can't afford it. You know, maybe you can afford the $10 entry, or you can afford $20 or whatever it is toward that unit, you know, and up front, I'm going to spend my money, you know, like on this unit, buy it, fix it up, and that's where we'll start, you know, used units. They're pretty much going to be steel because that's what I like. But then eventually, if that gets rolling, you know, I will purchase a brand new saw, and then we will do tickets, and, you know, we'll go from there. So, like, you know, if it's a $10 ticket to get in for this, and I'm only going to do 50 tickets, obviously, what do we, if my math's right, should be like, what, $500? So at $500, it pays for the saw, it pays for parts, and some of that money will obviously go to shipping, and so much of that money will roll over toward the next saw. And then when we figure out, hey, you know, this is the next saw we want to give away is going to be, you know, such and such a saw. We're going to sell, you know, taking this many entries, and we'll just kind of keep rolling it through, you know, kind of doing something like that. That's what I'm thinking. That's the idea that I have. It's tough though, because we can have 2, 3, 4 people on board. You know, you spend 10, or say you even spend 20 a piece with 4 people, that's $80. Depending on where you live, it might cost me $50 to ship you the saw, and then, you know, the whole thing kind of backfires because then I can't get another one and keep it rolling. So you know, I want to kind of take like this month and maybe into next month and just try to talk about it more and just get a bunch of feedback on it, and see how many people really are going to be interested in participating, you know, because I don't really want to have 3, 4 entries, $2, $20, $30 roll in, and then we only have like 2 people to draw from, and it doesn't cover shipping on the unit, it doesn't cover parts and that kind of stuff. So trying to I don't know, kind of figure it out in that sort of sense. I know we got a lot of people falling off. We had like 15 viewers, we're down to 9. Kind of boring, I guess, but ideas, got to talk about them though and see if they're going to work, see if people are interested or not. This particular unit though, I got a pretty good deal on this unit. I had a guy on Facebook Marketplace had a pile of stuff that he wanted gone, and this was in the pile. He had like tractor chains and tire chains, I mean. He had a bunch of straight chains in there, metal tiki torches. He had all kinds of crap. And what the heck else did he have in there? He had skid plates for a plow, and I don't even know, some other aluminum junk, some bird netting for like your garden, and cable wire, and just a bunch of junk. And then he had this saw kind of thrown in the pile, and he posted online, $40, you got to take it all, scrap it. And I was like, I'm not gonna scrap it, I'm gonna grab that chainsaw and hopefully it runs, you know. So I went and looked at it, and it was a total hot mess. If you guys check out my other channel, Halls Chainsaw Rescue, the first video we're cleaning it up, and this thing was just it was worked over for sure. And cleaned it up, put the parts in there, give it a quick bath, and it runs really, really well. I haven't done any carving, and I haven't done a ton of cutting. I made a few cuts with it. So far, pretty happy with it. I think I'm going to end up doing a like side-by-side. I don't think I got it out here. A side-by-side comparison video. So this is the 021. The next one up would be the MS210. Then you got a 211. And now they're coming out with a 212. So I've got the 021. I've got an MS, what do I have? An MS211, and my buddy's got an MS210. So I think we might do like a cut for cut video and just kind of compare the 3 generations of this saw and kind of see how they perform, see how it goes. Something to do, put a video together, you know. But that might be on, I might do that for the other channel though, for content and stuff. I've mentioned it here and there. I've been working at a local hardware store part-time, still carving, still doing furniture. But in my part-time job, I get to work on steel products. I just went through and did their steels bronze training, their silver training class, and I started the gold, but you've got to get so much time turning wrenches and stuff before you can actually go for the gold test and be gold certified. So, excuse me, I'll be working toward that. You know, winter slows down with carvings and stuff around here, so I'll be able to pick that up, work on units, still stay busy doing something that I enjoy doing, and create content for the other channel. But in doing that, the goal is still to have carving videos here with you guys. You know, I'm not looking to let up or do anything different really with this channel. You know, keep doing carving videos and some other stuff, but over there we'll be working primarily on chainsaws. I've got some snow blowers I gotta do some work on. We might put those on the other channel. Usually we do them here. I'll probably keep the follow-up reviews here though, because you know we started snowblower reviews on this channel. And I'm sure in the spring, you know, we'll be working on trimmers, weed whackers, that kind of stuff on the other channel. Just trying to create another channel where I can help people out, help you guys out, help other people out, you know, in the homeowner position to be able to do basic repairs, simple repairs on their units. I think right now I've got a MS210 we did some work on. I got a Poulon I don't know. There's a few videos over there and a bunch of shorts. We actually, I fired up a 500i over on that channel, and we are at, or we're almost at 80,000 views just on that video, which cracks me up because all I did was start the chainsaw, let it idle for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, hit the throttle a couple times, and then that was the video, and like 80,000 views. Like I can't even get that over here on this channel on, you know, a basic video carving something. It's so crazy. But I think that channel right now is pushing 600 or just over 600 subscribers in the last 8 weeks. So that's been moving along good. This channel, like, you know, we were shooting for that 30,000 subs to give away that 170, and now we've changed it to 20,000. Tracking through my analytics, like, we should be able to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this year. We really should. I mean, with you guys watching, giving a thumbs up to videos, leaving comments like on other videos, that kind of stuff tells the YouTube algorithm people are watching, they're engaging, they're interested, and it draws more people in, gets the video more views, and we get more subscribers. But looking through the analytics, I mean, I think last month, so their month to month isn't the same because it's kind of like from when I started the channel. So like the end of the month is at a weird thing. Like I don't get October to November. I'll get like halfway through October and halfway through November, and then my month ends. But, you know, within that 4 weeks, in the last 4 to 5 weeks, I think we had 600 subscribers. In the 4 weeks prior to that, we had like 575. Prior to that was like 300, 400, 300, 400. And before that was right around 300. So if we can keep pace, we should be able to hit 20,000 before the end of the year. And we'll give away that saw. I can't see it good from here. Watch my MS-170 cleaning guide. Should have brought water out here. It is dusty. Oh, good, man. I'm glad that carburetor video could help you out. Glad to hear it. Matthew, do I get any extra credit for videos that are watched more than once? Can only like them once, but I watch them multiple times. Yeah, so if a video has commercials on it, I'm getting paid. I'm not getting paid a ton, but those extra views, one, I'm making some money on it, right? But two, it is telling the YouTube algorithm that people are interested. Even though you can only like it once, it's also calculating the views. The algorithm's calculating how long you've watched for. It's calculating the amount of comments. It calculates how many thumbs up to how many thumbs down within so many hours. Yeah, like I can pull up my analytics and I can see so even tutorials are a little bit better, but other videos that are not carving tutorials, I will watch. I'll watch the analytic graph, which has been put together since that video was uploaded. So you give it a couple months and you can go watch that, or I can look at that. But if I give it, say, 4 months and I go back and look at those analytics, I can see where the video drops off in a curve. So lots of viewers, lots of viewers, lots of viewers. I hit that 4-minute mark and everybody kind of starts to leave. So it's also trying to figure out, you know, what's going on when you hit that 2-minute mark that people are losing interest. That 4-minute mark, or, you know, whatever it is. What is it that you can do to, you know, liven up the video or, you know, make it intriguing? I'm not always... I know some of my editing is great. Some of my editing is not. I don't like to do the whole lot of the, you know, fake thumbnails and drag you in and then it's not really what it's going to be, and that kind of stuff does drive views and, you know, can push things through the roof, but I'm not trying to pull that kind of crap. So Mad Mac, couple MS-170s that work. Yeah, they're a great machine. You know, they are. I mean, all in all, it is a homeowner unit, the MS-170. I find they're great for small carvings and detail work. When I say small carvings, you know, I'm talking 10 inches to a foot tall. And medium carvings, whoop, I'll just throw him on the ground. Medium carvings, you know, 2.5 feet lower. You get into like 3 foot, 4 foot carvings. The 170 will, you know, push through and you can get the job done, but you start, man, dust is getting me out here. Start getting into that bigger stuff. It's a little bit better to get into like a 250 or something like that. You know, the 211 will kind of keep pace, but if you were to have, you know, a 170 dedicated to detail work and a 250 to blocking, that is my ideal setup. I'm sure if I just had, you know, expendable cash, I would probably have like a 201C with a dime tip bar and probably like a 261 for blocking. Those are both pro saws. You know, you're looking at spending close to $2,000 between the pair. I think the 201 is, I don't even know, last time I looked, might be like $900, and the 261's like an $800 or $900 saw, something 700 maybe, something like that. Winter slows everyone down. Yeah, but on the price side, it gives you time to get products built. Yeah, and for sale and ready for spring next fall. Absolutely. You know, winter is a great time to get caught up and try to get ahead. Yeah, sometimes the simple, absolutely, you know, so Max says sometimes the simple videos get better views than the long ones, and that is so true. I struggle with wanting to show everything. Like when I do my time-lapse videos, I want you guys to still see everything, and that's where I kind of drop the ball. You know, my son's got a channel, and all he does is, not all he does, but what he does is football and sports, and he does everything in short videos, you know, a minute or less. And his channel's been growing really great with just that. He's kind of said that. He's like, you should just make some of your videos much shorter, Dad. I'm like, yeah, I get it. But tutorials are different, you know. Tutorials, you guys got to have everything. So as I work through, you know, into next year and we do some time-lapse stuff, I'm going to work a little bit more on actually looking at some other channels that do a great job, like that Vlad carving. Boy, when he jumped on the scene, he had videos that were getting several million views within, you know, a month or 2 month period. They just skyrocketed, and a lot of that, one, he's an awesome carver, great vision, can do really, really great pieces, but two, the editing and the way that it's edited keeps you interested and gives you just enough to stay in tune before you start to kind of be like, all right, it's the same cut or it's the same sanding or painting, you know, and I think it's really intriguing the way they edit those videos. Mad Mac Outdoors getting a YouTube channel up in January. All right, so what's your channel going to be about? Is it going to be Mad Mac Outdoors, or is it going to be something else? You going to be doing outdoor stuff? Are you going to be doing a carving channel? I'm always interested in that stuff. Like, we've had a lot of carving channels pop up over the last several years, which has been awesome. I've seen some other people, like smaller carvers who've been around longer than me, but not so much longer on the YouTube thing, get kind of bent out of shape about other YouTube channels. But the way I look at it is it draws more attention to what we're doing. Gets more eyes on chainsaw carving and doing that stuff, gets more people, you know, leaned in and wanting to watch. And what that does is brings, you know, new subscribers potentially to every channel, and other people, you know, enjoying it. Yeah, I was wondering if you guys could hear that. It is raining where I am. I'm in upstate New York. It is 8:33 p.m. It's not cold enough to see my breath. I think we're still pushing, feels like it's about 40 out here. Maybe 42. It's not freezing, but it's not that warm. I mean, I can go no gloves. I got a hoodie and a long sleeve on, my hat, but it is raining. It's been raining. Oh man, it's been raining like all day. Last night, was it last night? Last night, yeah, we had a storm blow through. We had thunder that shook the house several times. I mean, like shook the house with lightning, and it was sprinkling light rain. That blew over. It cleared up till about, I think maybe 9, 10 in the morning. And then it's just been raining ever since. They said we were going to get like 4 to 5 inches worth of rain today. And last time I checked, we were at like, well, according to the phone, we're at like 3.5 inches. That's supposed to be, that's supposed to be switching over tonight though, around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. We're supposed to be getting snow. It was only going to be like 1/2 inch, and now I heard somebody say 4 to 5 inches potentially before it's done tomorrow. So we'll see. If that's the case, I'll be out doing some snow blowing, which I don't mind. I mean, a lot of you guys follow my channel and see, like, I don't just do one thing and that's my job and that's it. I like to be busy. I'm hustling. I like to be doing a lot of different things. So we get snowstorms. I do snow removal. The part-time job working on steel equipment, they know that. They're cool with that. That's really been, honestly, a blessing of a job, because, like, if I've got an order for somebody to do, I can be like, hey, you know, work's cut up here, or there's no work going on. I'm going to head out. I got a carving to work on, and I can, you know, bang out of there and go run saws the rest of the day and stuff. So that's been really cool. I mean, it could change in the future. I could have to actually put in 4 8-hour days over there if you know, when stuff picks us up, gets a lot busier with service work and stuff. But for now, I'll soak it up and enjoy it. Hey, what's up, LED? You couldn't sleep and you ended up here. Nah, man, I didn't even carve. You didn't miss any carving. Wasn't carving tonight. I'll go over it again. I know some of you guys will be like, oh geez, but we got 15 people on, so we probably got some new people watching. I was discussing the giveaway for the MS-170 when I first got on. That brand new 170, I was saying if we hit 30,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And I took a step back and was like, all right, that's not realistic. We're not going to hit it. The monthly subscribers just isn't there to get 10,000 subs, and it's just not going to happen. So I changed it to 20,000. I think right now we need, like, I don't know, 400 more subscribers, or probably a little less, to hit 20,000. Once we hit that, we'll give it away at the end of the year. But if we do not hit 20,000 before the end of December, then I might wait till we hit 30 anyway into 2024 to give it away. Once we get there, though, you know, I'll do a video. Hopefully we can drum it up so everybody has a chance to enter. You know, like this saw, this came out of my pocket. And obviously it'll be on me to ship it to a winner and stuff like that. Now, I had another idea that I was running by everybody earlier that I'll go over again real quick. And that is, it kind of started with my other channel, Kyle's Chainsaw Rescue. I was working on a saw this week, this Steel 021. I picked it up used, put some money into it, put some time into it, got it cleaned up, got it running nice. And I was thinking, you know, I don't really need this saw. I could flip it on the marketplace, maybe 200 bucks, 150 if I feel like being real generous, you know. But I was thinking, what if I could do something here where you guys, me and Jordy used to chat all the time. We just kind of grew apart, I guess, but Mad Max said me and Jordy is a great one to check out. He is. Jordy's a great guy. We used to chat all the time. We don't anymore, though. I think we just gotten busy and stuff. We had a couple battling videos back and forth, carving up Jack Skellington. And doing a bunch of stuff like that. But yeah, Jordy's a great guy. I feel like I could reach out to him anytime, say hey, and you know. So anyway, the 021 though, what I want to do, after we give away the 170, whenever that ends up being, is I'm thinking of trying to set this up where it's like a raffle. And we'll start, if it starts to work and starts to snowball, what we'll do is I'll raffle used units that I've purchased, I've put time, I've put money into, and kind of raffle it off. Say, hey, this is what we're going to raffle off. This is what you guys got to do. It's going to be $10 to get in. You'll send it through PayPal. It'll say, you know, Steel 021 raffle. Don't do it right now because we're not doing it right now, but this is what I'm thinking. So you would send your $10 to the PayPal, and that would give me your name and your information, and you'd say 021 raffle, right? So 10 bucks would get you 1 entry, 20 would get you 2, 30 would get you 3. And then we would cap that though at say 50 entries, right? So potentially we would get around 500 bucks if you know, if it goes well towards say this saw. Now 500 bucks would cover the cost of the saw. It'd cover the repairs, time, that kind of stuff. It would cover the shipping, and it would also be money going toward the next unit. So we'd be able to go buy another unit, fix it up, and do it again. If we can get enough money rolling over, the plan would be to eventually buy brand new saws and kind of keep that sort of raffle idea going. Over the course of time, you know, it would be, you know, in a sense, you guys are paying for the saw, and then one lucky winner would be able to walk away with it. Now, in the scheme of things, you know, if you can get yourself a saw to carve or have a backup saw, or even around the home if you're not a chainsaw carver, and you can get a chainsaw for 10, 20, or 30 bucks, I mean, that's pretty good. You know, some of that money obviously would go to shipping, would go toward a new saw, would go toward parts, or whatever it is. Yeah, Bear and the Boss Lady. It's cold. You know, it's not too bad sitting out here. I'm outside. You guys can hear the rain. It's not horrible. I've had this cough for like 2 weeks. Cleaning out all the wood in here, the sawdust and the mildew and stuff it's just getting at me. It's getting at me. Constant runny nose and dry cough. White Christmas in Georgia. How often does that happen? I don't know if we'll have one here in New York. Maybe. You never know. Weather's crazy up here. Montana Stones, coming up from metal sculpting, welding a pile of parts to achieve your piece as opposed to removing to achieve your piece. What's my best advice to someone getting started in the carving world? Have a vision and practice. Having a vision and practicing is big. If you metal sculpt, you know, you already have a vision. I never thought that I could chainsaw carve. That was never something on my radar, to be honest. I would do some sketching. I was building furniture at the time. Man, sorry guys. We went into runnings in like 2015, and they had an MS-170 on sale, and my wife basically put it in the cart and was like, you should get this, and I took it out. I said, yeah, we're not spending 150 bucks on the saw, because at the time they were only like 150 bucks. $149.99. Now they're like 200. It's insane. So we walked around the store and we went by again. She's like, no, you really should try it. So she actually put it in the cart. We bought it. And I've just kind of been carving since then. It's been self-taught, a little bit of help from YouTube. When I started, there really wasn't anybody on YouTube doing tutorials or classes or anything. And just like a lot of new carvers, I was searching for help online without actually having to go meet somebody in person and feel awkward and be like, I want to do this thing, but I have no clue how to do this thing. And you know, I'd already started making some real blocky bears, but not sure how to, you know, transform them into a piece that looked like something other than a Roblox bear. And it's just kind of developed from there. You know, I've found myself having a passion to kind of, you know, as I say, like teach chainsaw carving and share it with you guys. I don't know it all. There's plenty of better carvers out there than me. And that's okay. Like something something for you guys to keep in mind too is like there's always going to be somebody better at it than you. And the moment you think I'm the best is the moment the next guy is going to come and step right, he's going to come right along, walk right along, and he's going to step right over you and be like, nope, you're not. And so I try to keep myself in this constant state of learning. You know, you guys are mentioning Ryan Cook. Great carver. There's things to learn there from Ryan. He's got a whole different technique in carving. LED's mentioning, Chainsaw Jenna, Tay Marie, Jordy Johnson, Ryan Cook. all great channels. All great channels. Ryan's got probably more of the teaching. Jordy's got more of like the teaching with wood spirits. I'm not sure if Tay Marie's gotten into any teaching, but she does some really cool carvings. She says she hasn't been carving long, but her work says otherwise to me. I don't know. I mean, her work looks like she's been doing this a long time. Her stuff is really on point, looks really, really great. A buddy of mine who I've met through, I think the YouTube channel, and then we've chatted online, Cody Stozik. You guys can find him on Facebook. He'll be on like the beginner carvers pages and stuff like that. I wish I could remember his business page. Cody is an awesome guy. Him and I have chatted numerous times online. He's helped me out with ideas. He is extremely talented, and he's got a great way of figuring out his subject before he actually even grabs a log. He sculpts it in clay on the iPad through like a clay sculpting thing, and it's just wild how I've tried it. I bought the program, he talked me into it, and I can't figure that thing out. Like, I sat down, I spent hours, and I don't know. Maybe this winter I'll get into it more, but the idea though, you know, having a three-dimensional piece, even though it's on the iPad, you can spin it and see all your it'd be like having this be completed, and you know you drew it up, you sculpted it, and you could turn it, see all your angles, knowing all your cuts and all your shapes. It's just pretty cool. Man. Might have got off track there, Montana, but it's just practice, studying, and just start. Start making cuts. Got a bunch of tutorials on here, and just feel it out. Your first ones are going to be possibly horrible. You already have a background in sculpting those, so they might not be that bad, honestly. But save your first one. All of you, save your first carving. Plenty of guys I've seen like just burn it and move on. Nah, save it and see where you are in 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. Like, what does your stuff look like, and compare. I've still got my first carving up on our porch, so yeah, everybody be talking, things will be rolling. Jordy? Yeah, Jordy's a funny guy. Carl, what's going on? Carl Carlson says it might be a lot to ship these saws. It could be. That's why I'm saying, you know, if we were to sell like geez, I'm sorry guys, I should have brought a water out here. Dry throat and dusty and everything else. You know, that's what I was saying, like if we were to only take 50 entries at $10 an entry to potentially win a saw that's, you know, at a certain price range, say a saw that's going to be $200, but we make $500, we're able to ship that out. We're able to have some money to roll over, and we have money to cover the unit. So depending on how units go, you know, however many entries we take would change, right? If we ever got to a 500i, that's $1,550 before tax. We would take in enough money to cover the unit, cover tax, and you know, potentially cover that shipping, plus have enough to start rolling it into, you know, the next unit and whatever kind of funds we need in order to keep things rolling. Sorry guys, I'm getting caught up here on your guys' stuff. Frank, how's it going? Thanks, man. I'm glad you liked the videos. Appreciate you guys watching. Wondering if I have an illustrated step-by-step. I don't know. What do you mean by illustrated? I mean, my carving videos, we do a lot of step-by-step. What do you mean, Frank? Comment below, man. Hey, Mad Mac, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining us. Baron the Boss Lady, I will. It's only because I'm out here and it's raining and dusty. It's why I'm hacking. That's not true. I've been hacking for a few days. LED got into carving by watching a guy in Canada. Yeah, Eric. Eric's another one, too. He's got a YouTube channel on here. Yeah, you know, it sounds bad. I forgot about Eric Cannon because he stopped doing his channel there for a while. Yeah, I had reached out to him a couple times. He never responded to me, though, which is fine. I get it, you know. But he did, and he does have some really good tutorials on his channel. I've actually used his horse head carving tutorial a few times for reference for those big double horses I did in the stump. I was using his tutorial to just kind of like get my mindset around my angles and my cuts. And that really is the great thing about YouTube, because like if you're going to do a piece you haven't done before, you have the ability to hit play and pause and like rewind it and like just kind of wrap your head around, okay, what am I going to do? Especially for an on-site carving. That's a big help. It really is. Montana. Watch a lot of videos submitting a design for local village benches downtown. Ninja Turtle sculpting. That'd be awesome. I have thought about carving some up, and I very well might in the new year carve up some Ninja Turtles, man. I'm an 80s kid. 84. Late 80s up through the 90s, Ninja Turtles, they were the stuff. They still are. They're awesome. I like those original movies, though, you know? They were cool. Another carver? Baron the Boss Lady says, I like what another carver said. No matter how bad a carving is, somebody will buy it. I say that all the time, too. I like to try to say it as often as I can in my tutorials, because a lot of people are carving and they want to sell it. And if it doesn't come out right, they want to chuck it out. But you know what? if you create... Sorry about this cough, guys. This is horrible. If you create a moose and it looks nothing like the one you wanted, that's okay. Make the next one better and the next one better. And take that first moose, right? Not the one you're going to save. The first one you're going to try to sell, and sell it for cheaper. And then, you know, work yourself up to get to where you want them to look and say, okay, these ones are going to be $50. But all these other ones that are like, nah, we'll do 30. Boy, it'll get you, like, people go for that. Especially if you do like craft fairs and you're making the sale and you can have conversations with people. You can say, hey, you know, these were some of my early pieces. You know, they're $30. This is where I'm at now. Something to be careful with, though, is pricing yourself out too soon. So if your prices are too high in the beginning and the detail isn't there, or you haven't, you know, in your mind got to that goal, it can be tough to have your goal piece meet your price expectation. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Let me see. I don't have anything laying around. I got stuff over there. Boy, this is the last time I go live without a water in my hand. Good gravy. So when you're carving and stuff, and especially if you guys are just starting out, you know, if you're going to sell your pieces, don't think like, hey, you know, I'm going to try to make a ton of money on these first carvings so I can buy new saws. Instead, think of it like, I'm going to make some money and sell my practice pieces as I continue to grow and get better. Because then you feel great, right? You're selling pieces that are like, nah, and you know they're nah, because you're just starting out. But people love it. They get it. They're like, this little guy, 25 bucks. Oh, okay, yeah, great. All right, his antler's a little off. His nose is kind of crooked. He doesn't have any fur. Somebody will eat that up, 25 bucks, right? You take 6 of these, go make yourself some money. It feels good to have a piece go. And then you get better and you add detail, and then you can start slowly working your way up. Every couple years as you grow and stuff, you're able to kind of bump those prices up a little. LED, excellent with the horse head videos. Yeah, every channel has something. Every channel can have something different to offer, because every carver has, their own style, their own take. Either they were self-taught or they trained with somebody and somebody taught them, right there. And so sometimes their work will mimic that other person's work a little bit, but they still have their own flair, their own style. Just like I try to tell you guys in videos too, like, take my videos, learn from it, right? Figure out how to get that design down, but then eventually work it into your own, your own thing. Throw your own flair in there. Throw your own style in there. The best way to, to really take pride in your work is to make it your own. It's cool to be able to copy someone else's work, right? And make 1 or 2 pieces look just like what you wanted. But that doesn't really put your name on the map, and that doesn't really grow your potential and your skill. Oh yeah. But I do see, with that sort of topic in mind, I have seen several carvers create a style of bear that looks really, really similar. And I mean, everybody can say, well, it's a bear. How different? They can be really different. If any of you guys have ever seen Hoppy Quick, I think it's Hoppy Quick. You can find him on Facebook. He is probably one of the best black bear carvers that I've seen. The realism that he's able to pull out of the wood and add to a carving is just phenomenal. I say one of, because there's a few other, but he's one of the first names that popped to my mind is Hoppy Quick. And his carvings are his bears are just wild. They are on point. Lately I can't remember the name because it's been a different carver has been coming up who I've seen a few times. But I've seen a few other people. Their bears are just on point. Right when you think, man, my bear's starting to look realistic, these guys come in and they're gut check you and you're like, whoa, okay, not even close. Frank, you'd like to start carving? Piece of paper and steps. Okay, like with a bear head, angle, cut, followed by, and so on and so on. Boy, I'm trying to hang in here for you guys. It's going to be a few more minutes, but good gravy. Frank, I'll try to remember to do that because some carvings I will sketch out ahead of time, but I kind of sketch it out as a finished product. It might be a nice little thing, though, to start adding in tutorials, kind of having those hard lines, sketched out. Boom, there it is. Let's cut the head. Let's go back to the paper. Here's the next hard lines. Cut it out. Go back to because I can do that. Actually, I could do all that on my iPad, like draw it in, take that clip off the iPad, insert it in a video. It's a lot. It's all kinds of editing, but insert it in a video. You see it. We make our cuts. We go back to the screen where we're drawing it. All right, yeah, so that is what you're... all right, cool. That's what you're talking about. LED, trouble with you. You got troubles? Constantly think the carving piece isn't good enough. That's all right, man. So do I. As the artist, you're always going to see your mistakes, man. Yeah, like you said right there. When I've made mistakes, you're the one that can see them. You can make mistakes And a lot of times customers don't even see them. They really don't, because you know what your expectation was for the piece, and they don't. They don't know what the expectation was. They know what the final product is, and so they go, that's what I like. And you're going, geez, there's an undercut on this antler right here that drives me nuts. And they're going, I love this piece. Don't point out mistakes to customers. Another little tip, just don't. Is what it is. Especially if they like it. Nah, you're good, Baron the Boss Lady. It's all good. LED, you haven't done a bear yet? Oh my goodness. There's a carver on here with all kinds of videos, step-by-step tutorials on doing bears. I'll have to think of his channel. I gotta get a mini fridge out here or something. I got bottles of water sitting over there by the saws. They've been there for weeks. I'm so tempted to like just go take a sip of one. But then I know I'm really, really gonna be sick. Yeah, I do. Penny's yelling at me too. Penny says I gotta get in the house. I actually wasn't even coughing like this till I got out here. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go outside and chat with you guys, but between the rain and the dust tonight, it's killing me. I can't even get a few words out. So, I do appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining me on this live. I think I'm gonna call it quits though and go in and take a deep breath without coughing, hopefully. Keep an eye out though, as we are going to continue to discuss the raffle idea with chainsaws. I want to get a lot of feedback. Be sure to check out the community section. I think I'm going to do a poll there and start doing different things in the community section about the idea of raffling, you know, saws off, what that might look like, and see how many people will engage and be interested. Forgive me for all the coughing, guys. I really do appreciate y'all hanging out, commenting. I love chatting with you guys. And yeah, honestly, that's probably what it's going to be, LED. I got a little shot of, I got a single barrel Jack Daniels in the house, so I think we're going to go and take a shot of that. Because I can't stop coughing. So, appreciate you guys being here. And I'll see you guys next time. Have an awesome week.